Hello, Gemini. This is your career and finance for February 2026. I was trying to record this and it literally was like, oh, the storage is too full. And I'm like, oh, great. So what I was just basically, and excuse the noise in the background, that's my daughter. What I was getting at in that video was that the first half of February seems to me that, there needs to be a change, okay? And with the Queen of Wands being here, this tells me that, there's an energy of feeling like very disempowered, feeling like maybe your voice does not have any meaning. Also, this can be like you're dealing with somebody who can be very manipulative when it comes to the finances, okay? And this could also be like where you're overextending yourself in terms of your health and you're just like, oh, like I'm barely breaking even type of thing. Because I'm seeing the cups that are here, and this to me, anytime I see cups, it's always a health issue. It's always my stress and anxiety and anything with hypertension. So Gemini, I know that this is a career in finance, but please be sure to, make time for your health. Self-care is going to be everything, especially for the first half of February. Okay. Now the second half does present like new opportunities. This to me says that someone comes into your life and, gives you a brand new idea, or the juices begin to flow. Okay. So the creativity, the conversations are happening. And also, if you don't meet anybody new, this can easily be like you seen something online to where you're like, oh, like, let me look into that. And then that starts to, that starts the movement here. Okay. If you're an entrepreneur, I'm seeing that things do pick up, by the end of February. So I know that things might be a little bit hectic, but just know that by the end of February, going into March, that things are going to pick up. Okay. So be prepared for that. Also, they're wanting me to focus on health. So, it's like, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because that end of February going into March is going to be like really brutal in terms of like your health. So like it might put you in a position where you have to work harder than you normally do, like, late nights and, really doing a lot here. So just make sure that you're making that time again. Okay. Now the Magician tells me that things start to balance themselves out, right? And now you finally feel like, where you were feeling like disempowered, now you're feeling like, okay, I feel like I'm starting to feel like myself again. Things are moving in the right direction. Okay. I'm also feeling too, like, again, back to that energy of feeling disempowered. I'm feeling like you find your voice again, you find your footing again. You're rediscovering who you are, and by the end of February. So there's going to be a lot of transitional shifts here, not just in terms of career and finance, but also like just the emotional aspect moving forward. And this also helps boost your energy in terms of like, okay, let's do this. Okay. But again, don't forget to do that self-care. All right. All right. Two of Wands, ready to go. You're like, by the end of February, if you were very indecisive, in January, and also, towards the beginning of February, by the end, you're ready to go. Okay. By the end of February, you're ready to go. I hope that made sense. You're no longer like, it's almost as if like, you're like, okay, I've done everything right. I, listened, I've, made those contacts, made those, developed those relationships, or, you're just standing up for yourself and you're like, I'm ready to do this for me now. Okay. And things just progress and they start to move forward in terms of your career. Some of you, like, this might even be like, you know what, I'm just going to start looking for something else. And, look at that, the World here. And I think there's like a van here. I forgot what those are called. The Volkswagens, right? So this could also tell me that there's like going to be, a lot of traveling, meaning like you might be like going, let's say, I remember at one point in my life, I was like going to school, going to work, work, home, school, like, just running around crazy, but I was busy, but it was a good busy. You know what I mean? That's what this feels like. This is a good busy. It's like, okay, I'm no longer bored. No, things are just like Yes, we're moving. All right. We have here the Strength card. All right, let me see here. This is like a personal thing for you. This is a personal thing for you. Like, I feel that, you know, I feel that there's somebody out there who has like doubted you, especially because I see that little baby lamb. I feel that there are people out there who have doubted you, who were like, yeah, they're not going to make it, or like, they just don't think too highly of you, okay? And you're going to prove them wrong. You're going to prove them wrong by the end of February and in March. There's going to be something here that they're just going to be like, wow, I didn't think that they could do that, but whatever. You know, they're still going to be hating no matter what, okay? It's personal to you. Yeah, I'm just feeling like people like have slept on you, like not slept on you, but like, you know, there's just energy of like, I don't think they can make it. You know, they always do this. And I'm also feeling like somebody is wishing on your downfall. So there's a mixture of this energy here. Yeah, there's somebody who's like, this could have been like a past person, especially with the Lovers being here. Okay, this could have been a past person who's like literally wishing on your downfall. I don't know, there's this like, wow, there's this energy here of like, I don't know, because of the cups that are there. Give me another card here.
No card.
No cards? Let me see, 5 of cups. Sadness. Yeah, okay, so whoa. This has to do with somebody maybe from the past. 5 of cups. This could have been somebody like that took advantage of you. And remember, it's all aligning with like career and finance and like you moving forward. This is like somebody who took advantage of you. Yeah, look at that. So if some of you are still in your head about this situation, I would say, you know, in February, like you definitely have to let this go. Because just because the 8 of Swords are here, and this could, you know, it's like even though you get to where you need to get, it's like you might still be holding on to like, okay, so this is not going to apply for everyone, okay? But there might be like this little bitterness or like this grudge or something that you're holding against somebody. This is not going to be for every Gemini, okay? Only take it if it resonates. And Spirit is saying like, you have to overcome this. But I'm feeling because the Strength card is here, you are going to overcome it. Like you're going to get to a point where you're going to be like, you know what? Like I did feel this way about this person, but I'm ready to like let that go. Okay. Because you realize in the end that it's only hurting you. And you know, it's just keeping you stuck in this mindset. And you're like, no, I'm ready to like, you know, again, take my power back to feel like my old self again. And so you're just ready to move forward. Okay. For some of you, again, when it comes to that manipulation, like somebody having more power over you or control, and this could be in love, this can be in work or in family. I'm feeling like, you know, this situation, like they're saying here that you need to like start standing up for yourself. You need to start speaking up for yourself. But also like this doesn't just come with like you saying something. It involves action because that 2 of Wands is there. Okay, so some of you might be scared because you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, or you know, for whatever reason there might be that element of fear, but you're going to overcome that. Okay, so towards the end of February going into March, things, you know, there's positive shifts. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay. 4 of Wands and no, sorry, 4 of Wands in the upright. Look at that. They're having a good time. They're having a good old time. Okay. So I'm liking this. I'm liking the happiness. I'm liking, again, if you are an entrepreneur, if you work for yourself, things are booming and you know, you're going to be crazy busy. Okay. There's going to be like that one thing, but please, Gemini, take care of your health. It's going to be like, you won't be able to get to this happy part if you don't focus on this part, okay? Make sure that you're like, if, you know, you need to start working out, eating healthier, maybe, you know, stop doing the most. And when I say the most, that could be like, you know, going out too much, drinking too much, smoking too much, just too much of something, right? Because, again, I know that the 9 of Cups in the reverse might mean something else to me, but anytime I see cups, that's what that looks like to me. All right. Wow, Empress. Okay, growth and expansion. So as long as you know, you do all these things, you know, even we're going into April. Let's see. So end of February, March, April, like things just like, there's just like this positive growth. Remember, this is all earth element too. So this is kind of like, it takes time, and it takes time and determination and focus. So you're gonna, what you put into it is what you're gonna get here. Okay. And if you do all of that, like, it looks great to me. It looks really great to me. There's just new opportunity. Why am I focused on the moon here? Show me. Why am I focused on the moon here? Oh, look at that, the Hermit. You know what? Like, this is going to be the year where, like, you really start, like, also taking care of, like, your mental health. Like, really, really, like, addressing it. Like, really, like, facing, like, to me, this feels like shadow work. Really getting to the root of the problem and seeing, like, okay, if there are situations, like, I feel like there's personal responsibility that's also going to be taken here when it comes to you. Because, you know, it takes two, right? Yeah, I'm seeing that you're finally ready to face something here. And the Hermit usually is like my counseling card, therapist card, but it's also, you know, like the time of seclusion and, you know, time to, like, you know what, I need to, like, I love you guys, but let me just take a moment for myself. Okay, so, yep, that's what I'm getting there. Look at that, King of Pentacles. All right, well, you know, it looks very good, Gemini, in terms of the end. The first half might be a little bit rocky, but the second half, you know, is pretty awesome. And there's a lot of emotional stuff going on here, but I feel that's very good. And also with the Hermit energy, I love it because it's just like very needed. It's like you nurturing you now, and you're just focused on you. Okay, so this is good. All right, thanks for watching.